Sime Darby Property Berhad. Allow me to share with you his credentials. Dato was appointed the Deputy Managing Director Property Division and subsequently designated Acting Managing Director for Property Division. Prior to assuming this role, he was the Executive Vice President, Energy and Utilities Division. Dato Jauhari has served in various capacities since joining the group 32 years ago. He was formerly the Director of the Special Projects Portfolio, the Executive Vice President for Utilities Division, and Managing Director of Sime Properties Berhad. Join me to welcome Yang Berbahagia Dato Jauhari on stage.
Terima kasih saudara pengurusi majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you. Firstly, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dr. I.R. Ahmad Tajuddin Muhammad Ali, Chairman of CIDB, and I have to add also that he is the ex-Sime Darby Director not too long ago. He was also formerly my chairman when I was managing the energy division of Sime Darby. So it is truly a humble experience to share the same stage with Tan Sri Tajuddin, who is my mentor and someone that I look up to. Yang Berbahagia Dato' Haji Ismail bin Muhammad Saleh, Director General of Malaysian Highway Authority. Yang Berusaha Engineer Dr. Jauhari Hamidi, Executive Director, CREAM. Dr. Syam Sundar, President of Council for Research and Innovation and Building and Construction, CIDB. Distinguished guests, industry peers, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, let me take the opportunity to thank the organizing committee for having me today. I think it is an honor for me and for Sime Darby Property to be sharing the same stage with all of you, sharing our experiences on global sustainable constructions and what are Sime Darby initiative on that note. When we were first invited or courted to be one of the key sponsors for this, and I think my MD Tan Sri Wahab, apart from agreeing to accept this invitation, is partly because it's very much in line to the tagline of Sime Darby. Sime Darby is developing sustainable futures, and as far as Sime Darby Property is concerned, where I'm currently where I am, is developing sustainable communities. So the key word here is sustainability, and I think partly also I have to share this. Times are hard. Every time we have an opportunity to talk to an audience, we'll try as much as possible to sell our products as well. And why we are selling our products is because we subscribe to a lot of these activities, and these activities basically create value to our product. So, as much as I'm the acting MD, I'm also a salesman of the company. I would like also to put on record apologies from the Managing Director, who is currently on medical leave. How he wished to be here on this platform to share with you, to address you today. But nevertheless, you have to bear with me for today. And I also believe that the delegation, the international delegations of CREAM has already visited some of our facilities in the Alam and in KLGCC. Okay, Tan Sri, your excuse. In KLGCC, and at least that makes my presentation a lot easier, because you can actually share with us the initiative that we have done. Okay, as far as my presentation is concerned, it's going to be in 4 parts. I cannot be standing here if I don't say about Sime Darby itself. That's going to be part A of my presentation, which is a corporate overview of Sime Darby. We will also share with you in our second part, which is a strategic sustainability framework. And the third part will be our, in line with the sustainability innovation, it is also introduced in our product and our processes. And finally, we will share with you some case studies which some of you have the benefit of visiting our township and yesterday at Bukit Jelutong as well, Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club. Okay, let's move on now. Let me firstly talk about Sime Darby. Came into existence 105 years ago. It started from two gentlemen, one Mr. William Sime, and the other one is Henry Darby. Established Sime Darby Company way back in 1910. So as of today, we are a 105 years old company. Other pioneers at that time is Alexander Guthrie, and that's part of the company that was merged together to form Sime Darby today. Sime Darby brand is more than 100 years, and we are presently divided into 5 core divisions, and we operate in 30 countries all over the world. We are basically a global company, so to speak. The 5 core division is plantation is one of them. We are the biggest plantation company in the world, if I have to say. And secondly is, of course, where the divisions I'm coming from is the property divisions. Thirdly is our industrial division, which basically represent the tractors, heavy machinery in Malaysia and also the region. Fourthly is our motor group, automobile. We carry the marks of, from Hyundai all the way to Porsche and BMW and so on and so forth. And again, if you are in the market for cars, you can also come and approach us. I can't help you, I'm a salesman. Well, recognition is, and finally the 5th one is basically our energy division. I was from that division before. That division basically involved our power plant, power division as well as our oil and gas. However, both the 2 big core businesses of that division has been disposed of. The power plant, our IPP in Bauxite, we already disposed last year, and the oil and gas fabrication yard in Pasir Gudang, the 300 acres of yard has been disposed way back in 2011. Okay, for Sime Darby, the group level and every division level, this means doing business in a sustainable manner. This requires a careful balance between the 3 central pillars of sustainability, which is basically the 3 Ps, the people, the planet and the profit. Hence our tagline of developing sustainable futures. Sime Darby is one of the largest companies listed in the Bursa Malaysia and has a market cap of 55 billion ringgit as of 30th June 2014. For the financial year of 2014, Sime Darby gained a revenue of about Ringgit Malaysia 43.9 billion with a profit PBIT at 4.2 billion. Sime Darby Property, the division currently under my care, has contributed to about 14% in 2014, but last year we did very well. We contributed almost to 25% to the group's total earnings of about 2.3 billion ringgit. As can be seen on this slide, the global presence has a far reach. It's basically 30 countries that we are doing our business, and we will continue looking at opportunities in other areas. While Sime Darby started out as a key player in the Malaysian economy, it has over time diversified to a multinational level, involved in key growth sectors, like I said earlier on, in the plantation business, industrial equipment, motors, property, energy and utility. And just to elaborate a bit more about the core divisions of Sime Darby, Sime Darby Plantation is the world's largest producer of sustainable palm oil, with 97% of its production certified as sustainable. It is also one of the world's largest listed palm oil companies, producing approximately 2.8 million tons, or 5% of the world's crude palm oil output annually. Our second division, the industrial division, offers a comprehensive list of heavy equipment and services ranging from the sales of new machines, engines or used equipment for rental through its change of car rental stores. It is the world's third largest Caterpillar dealer operating in 10 countries across Asia, Australasia, with more than 140 branches to service customers' needs. Next is the motor division, the automotive arm of Sime Darby Berhad, and is involved in assembly, importation, distribution and retail business. With over 40 years of experience, Sime Darby Motors is a major industry player in 10 countries throughout Asia Pacific region, namely Malaysia, Singapore, China, Hong Kong, Macau, Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, Vietnam and Taiwan. Our E&U division is primarily involved currently now with the trading and technical services, and we have about 4 ports in China, the utilities division in China, in the province of Shandong. And the division is committed to providing engineering sustainable solutions to the group. And of course, finally, the property division where I come from is a property arm of Sime Darby Berhad. As a leading property developer under my guidance, its core businesses are property development and property investments. It is currently Malaysia's largest property developer in terms of property land bank and active development. For the international guests of this conference, you may not be interested in the local product that we have, but be rest assured that we also do projects outside of the country, and one of our biggest investment is in London called Battersea Power Station Project, a total GDP of about £8 billion over a 10 years period. We've launched in 2012, next year we're going to hand over the first product, and we are very proud of that development, and it basically launched pad Sime Darby Properties involvement into the international market. I hope I've given you sufficient insight on Sime Darby core business. Now let us look a bit more detail about where I come from, where the interest is very much aligned to, which is the Sime Darby property. Sime Darby property was created through the integration of the property arms of former Golden Hope Plantation Berhad, Kumpulan Gulf Berhad and Sime Darby Berhad. It has seen progress into a multi-award-winning leading integrated township developer in Malaysia with a global reach that encompasses operations and assets in Australia, Singapore, Vietnam and United Kingdom. From a tradition of developing township and commercial centres, Sime Darby Properties is on a journey of innovation and creativity in spearheading various initiatives including niche development, transit-oriented development, business centres and retail mall. In addition to property development, the property division also operates several of Malaysia commercial and hospitality assets for recurring revenue, including the prestigious Kuala Lumpur Golf and Country Club. And apart from that club, we have 3 other golf courses. One is Impian in Kajang and another one is Harvard in up north in Kedah. Okay, on the back of a successful 40-year track record of building sustainable communities, Sime Darby Property has to date built 21 townships and has more than 25,000 acres of land bank in 4 main corridors spanning from Selangor to Johor, including 10,900 acres earmarked for the future development. Our current estimated GDP, gross development value, is a whopping 140 billion ringgit. With over 1,700 employees and presence in the Asia Pacific region and the UK, Sime Darby Property business ventures locally and overseas have presented great exposure to the company, which affords an unparalleled opportunity to bring the best of Malaysian property development and management expertise to our global operations and the best of world technologies, ideas, practices of the Malaysian operations. Malaysia is becoming an increasingly urbanized nation, and therefore it's no surprise that we have established our tagline to support a sustainable, equitable outcome of developing sustainable communities. The tagline has significant substance and a firm direction grounded in strategy, which I will demonstrate throughout the remainder of my presentation, highlighting how this tagline is supported by an aligned vision and mission in resulting in continuous progress and execution of innovative construction practices, processes and methods within our newest development. In our quest to be the leader in building sustainable communities who are acutely sensitive to the changing needs of condition of modern living, ranging from environmental and economic impacts to connectivity and greater lifestyle sophistication. Our diverse portfolio bears testament to our continuing innovation, our capacity to adapt, and our dedication to quality and excellence. As a key part of our approach to sustainability, it is the balance between our economic and social obligations and responsibilities, where we remain constantly engaged and responsible towards our customers, communities, employees, leading industry specialists, in order to create the highest value of all stakeholders. Our mission today is to be committed in delivering economic, social and environmental value to all our stakeholders, to achieve and sustain our leadership position, and to subscribe to a good corporate governance and high ethical values. We continuously strive to deliver financial returns through the operational excellence and high performance standards, and provides the environmental for our people to realize their full potential. Darby Property subjects itself to 4 corporate core values, and they are integrity, respect and responsibility, excellence and enterprise. Okay, moving forward, Darby Property possesses a strong foothold in Malaysia, with township and active development throughout Malaysia in the southern, central and northern parts of the country. We have also established an upcoming township in Greater Kuala Lumpur with a strong presence, especially in Negeri Sembilan, with the projects such as Nilai Impian in Bandar Nilai, Bandar Ensdale and Cemara in Bandar Seremban in our portfolio. This freehold development with a gross development value of more than 8.4 billion encompass 2,400 acres. We are proud of our earliest township like Taman Melawati, Subang Jaya. Most of you may be very familiar with Subang Jaya, which are approaching their 5th decade and remain vibrant population centers and prime locations. Later on, if I have still time within that 45 minutes that's being allocated, I will take you through 1 or 2 examples of future sustainable township and niche developments that we have gone through all these 40 years. I believe you had a chance to visit one of the facilities yesterday during your technical tour. We do hope that you found that visit very, very beneficial. And if at all there is any question that needs to be raised later on, you see there are a lot of Darby Property staff in the audience today that can share with you and enlighten you with any questions that you may have. Moving on, as I mentioned earlier, we are proud recipients of multiple excellence award, and I would like to remiss if I don't highlight a few of our key achievements just for a moment. Winning awards is not all about winning. Darby Property is not all about winning awards, but when you win awards, what it basically tells you is you're doing something that's right. Your customer is happy with your product, your stakeholders are happy with your design, and as a result of all these satisfied customers, they voted for you as one of the top property developers in the country. We are especially proud with one award which we won, the Putra Brand Award, for the 6 consecutive years for the gold category. And this award has got nothing to do with Darby Property. We did not submit any plans, we did not influence the judges and so on and so forth. this is a random survey that organizers did on the population. When you talk about property development, which names comes first? And thank God, Alhamdulillah, Sime Darby name has been the number one for the last 6 years, gold category, and we're very proud of that. Recently, we also won Best Employers Malaysia 2015 in the YBhg Best Employers Award, putting us among only 9 companies to win the award, which recognizes employers with committed and high-performing employees. This is again another award which we are very proud of, because again, as much as you are trying to inculcate a high-performing culture in your organization, it has been proven based on the award that we got for the Best Employers Malaysia 2015, that what we are doing is basically very much in line as a top Best Employers Malaysia. Okay, let's move on now. I mean, I've talked enough about Sime Darby Property, and I think I've shared with you our core values, I've shared with you what are the businesses, and we are focusing very much now into Sime Darby Property. Okay, part B of my discussion will be the strategic sustainability framework. Without a clear vision and strategy for sustainable urban development, we'll be a follower and not a leader in nation building. When you are the number one, you are the trendsetter. You are not the follower. And to be a trendsetter, you have to innovate. You have to leverage on the innovative design, on the sustainability of your operation, sustainability of your products, of your communities, to maintain that number one position. And I can tell you that it's not easy. To interpret our vision and mission, we have established 5 strategic sustainability positions, which can also be defined as objectives. These are to leverage on sustainability so that it creates value, effectively manage sustainability risks, undertake effective sustainability reporting, otherwise termed as disclosure, bearing in mind that Sime Darby Property is a public listed company, and disclosure is very much a part of the corporate governance that we have to uphold to. And finally, instill a sustainable performance culture and a culture of accountability that we have introduced into the organization. This strategic sustainability position guides us along our journey to creating sustainable communities, and the strategic positions are well supported by forward-looking sustainability core values. And these core values, I mean, if you rearrange it properly, it spells out the acronym of DEEPER, where D stands for disclosing, E is engaging, another E is empowering, P is protecting, E in enhancing, and finally R is respecting. So the more deeper you subscribe to this, the more your sustainability framework will excel. This strategy for sustainability takes into account changing demographics, improved buildings, technology, and changing lifestyle and market demands. Okay, to define all this into one central strategic sustainability goal, we have evaluated our sustainability strategic position and sustainability core values and arrived at a straightforward yet very meaningful goal, strategic sustainability goal, that is to pursue sustainability in a way that creates value for all our stakeholders. That means from the board down to our stakeholders and customer and across a wide breadth of interested parties where relevant. Goals are of course admirable. However, you know that if we can achieve, I mean, how do we know whether we can achieve them or not? There must be some form of a measurement and trying to establish a measurable target, both the short-term target as well as a long-term target. And for Sime Darby Property, without going into the details, I wish to highlight that the short-term targets include 6 critical KPIs and 9, and in this case it is 10 trending KPIs. And this KPIs is being inculcated all the way from the president of Sime Darby Berhad to Sime Darby Property Me, and it's cascaded down to all the employees in the group, whereby this range from reducing lost time injury, increasing Lean Six Sigma benefits, setting waste and water baseline through aspects such as achieving improved energy efficiency, meeting quality targets, and meeting safety and health sub-rating targets. I mean, these are targets that are being set. It's not just there just to be part of the KPI. It's something that we subscribe to, and each and every employee subscribe to all these targets, because this was differentiate us from the rest of the other developers in the country. Our long-term targets are described in our 2020 sustainability goals. There are 14 of these, and they range from ensuring we develop a sustainable working culture through the more specific aspects such as occupational safety and health, waste, water and energy efficiency improvement targets. These all have measurable aims to be achieved by the year 2020. At this juncture, I would like to highlight that in the near future, this would need to be reviewed in light of a changing global UN-driven shift in sustainability to ensure our goals are aligned with the new United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for the year 2030. Up to this point, I've highlighted that we have a comprehensive sustainability framework. However, how does Sime Darby Property measure our progress? And that's key, because it's nice to have all these targets and so on and so forth, but we need to know, we need to benchmark ourselves, we need to measure how we engage the target that we have set. And four of the key indexes utilized in doing this achievement of the targets are Sustainability Index, SUSDEC. These both guides and measures our sustainability performance at the township level across our development. The index has gone through several evolutions. The current version is based on both local and international indexes, i.e. the GRI or the Global Reporting Initiative 4, the Local Green Buildings Index, GBI, LEEDS from USA, and CRIMA from Singapore, and the CPTED, which is a Crime Prevention through Environmental Design Guideline. It is arranged to suit our property business model and value change, and consists of 86 indicators, majority of which are quantitative. So you can measure them, it's not something which is very subjective. The next one is QLA6, and Sime Darby prides itself from raising the bar as far as attaining a highest quality in QLA6. QLA6 is a collaborations with CIDB, which they come and inspect our product just before they are handed over to the customer. And as much as early on we set a target of 75%, now we have raised the bar to 85%. And we are working with our other service providers, be it contractors, consultants, and so on and so forth, to make sure that they subscribe to this. Because failing which, we want to work with people that subscribe to our core values, and if they don't subscribe to our core values, then they are not our service providers. And we have to drive this thing, and we are driving it now, and it's showing results in our product. So that's for QLA6. Our third key index is measuring corporate sustainability performance, is Safety and Health Assessment in Construction, SARSHIP, which ensures best practices in safety and health by contractor at construction sites. Sime Darby Property is actively involved in ensuring that all phases of developments undergo this assessment, and insofar are well on track to achieving a rating of 5-star. We do rate our contractors, we rate them on a yearly basis. If you do attain a certain QLA6 standard, if you don't get our 5-star rating in SHA6, you are not one with us. We make it very clear that we only work with people that subscribe to our core values. If you don't subscribe to our core values, they are, we want to work with somebody else. Because we are the frontliner to all the customer. We are the one that's facing them, and at the end of the day, when we deliver our products, the customer will have a peace of mind knowing that all the processes that Sime Darby Property has taken into, all the initiative that they've taken into, and all this has been also inculcated in our service providers, contractors and consultants, that the customer can sleep well knowing that the product that they're going to accept from Sime Darby Property is of the highest standard. The next index is the Carbon Footprint Management Reporting Framework. We update our carbon inventory annually in accordance with the Greenhouse Gas (GHG) protocol established by the World Resources Institute and the World Business Council on Sustainable Development, as well as through Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Methodologies. Carbon emissions have been monitored through our group-wide online system, the Sustainability Management System, since 2014, and we target to achieve an 8% carbon intensity reductions by 2020. I think the current percentage that we have is quite low. We have set ourselves a very high target, and we believe that we are very much well on the way of achieving it. Okay, what's all this if it doesn't enhance our product? What's all this initiatives, sustainability and so on and so forth? At the end of the day, the product that we put out into the market doesn't subscribe to all these core values. So that's why the third part of my presentation would involve product development and innovation. You have to leverage on innovations to be the number one to make sure that the product is very receptive in the market. And because of that, we have set up a separate department just on innovation. We have a team working on the innovative part of our product, and this can be in the form of processes, how we innovate the processes, because at the end of the day, the customer wants our product at the shortest period of time, the highest quality and within cost. So the process will have to be innovated. It cannot just rely on traditional way of doing things. Product innovations, these are some of the examples of our design initiative in promoting product innovation. Customers have their expectation, and it is important that all our products live up to our brand promise and our brand name. And our brand must have a value to it. If people are buying from Sime Darby Property, they are buying the brand value of that has a value to the product that they are receiving. So they are willing even to pay a little bit more premium on the product because of our Sime Darby Property brand, knowing that we took all the trouble to ensure that all our processes are very much in line with the sustainability initiative that we have inculcated into the system. Some of the key focus areas under product innovations include open space planning, maximizing lot width, seamless indoor and outdoor relationships and flows, and providing a future-proof design outcome. These are some of the examples of the product innovations. There are other things that we're working on. It's just that I'm not at liberty to announce it yet because this is very much work in progress, and the customers will be the first person to know once we start launching some of these products. Process innovations. Process innovations in terms of process innovation in construction, these are driven by execution of our design guidelines. There are 3 buildings, the urban design guideline, the build form guideline, and standard design and specification guidelines. Modern methods of construction including building modeling, integrated modeling and IBS, and Sime Darby Property prototype platforms. And you may have visited our ideal home yesterday at Bukit Jelutong, and that's where a lot of the initiatives and a lot of the product initiatives that we have done and initiated from that ideal home. Implementation of this tool assists us to ensure our consultants and contractors incorporate our values within our township development. The urban design guidelines are used during the land planning stage to ensure that all good practices are translated into the master layout plan. It covers the topography of a proposed development, for example, building a nice jogging track which encourage people to walk more and engage in natural environment. In two of the slides, in the final two slides that we're going to have, we're going to show you how this is being incorporated in our township development. The build form guidelines then focus on product and the design and specification guidelines describe the modular special requirements that we have in our properties. Modern method of construction which maximizes quality and minimizes cost, for example, by implementing building information modeling and in the industrialized building system IBS. Our Darby property prototype platforms include planning, building, design, process guidelines. Moving on, as for the building models, we have evolved from a conventional 2D to 3D modeling and through implementation of building information modeling or BIM to a comprehensive full life cycle approach. This is a process driven that all parties need to comply. BIM is changing how buildings, infrastructure and utilities are planned, designed, built and managed. Our BIM level of detail is targeted at level 300, meaning applications of 2D through to 5D, and that BIM uptake encompasses our consultants and contractors as well. Moving forward, the government-endorsed IBS roadmap developed under CIDB is a very positive step that encourages and guides the local construction industry in the uptake of IBS. Darby Property supports the IBS roadmap rollout and works with the industry to promote the execution. We have been working very closely with CIDB. There's a lot of initiatives that we support, and there's a lot of engagement that we have with them. And I think we will not be where we are today without the engagement with CIDB. The government endorsed IBS roadmap development as CIDB as a positive tool. I think we have gone through that. The next slide will be some example where IBS has been employed in our products, include the VO of Kuala Lumpur East, which achieved an IBS score of 54% for system formwork and precast concrete slab. Davina 2 at Nila Indian, which scored 78% in use of precast panel, and Suchi at Bandar Esdale with an IBS score of 81%, also using precast panel. We have also applied in our product 6 green initiative system from use of drywall, blockwork, system formwork, precast concrete, toilet port, and permanent metal framework. On these toilet ports, I just want to digress a bit. As much as the toilet port has not been that very popular in Malaysia, but in our development in Battersea in London, toilet port is a key component of our construction. It helps to alleviate the quality issues with regards to the toilet, and it enhances the construction, it shortened down the construction progress, and it's just something which is slot into the development moving forward. We have about 2,000, 3,000 units in Battersea, and we need this, and we're going to introduce this in Malaysian market. The key advantage of this system is improving the speed of construction, achieving better quality and cleaner work site with less wastage. Darby Ideal House is socially, economically and environmentally responsive prototype dwelling that was constructed to provide insight into future tropical living, showcasing the latest in sustainable architecture, process, technologies at the same time. Located in Denayala, it was conceived to test new ideas. It was a collaboration involving the world-leading technology and solution providers such as architects, engineers, landscape designers, urbanists, contractors, and suppliers. Various elements from the Ideal House are included within our product in our townships. And in the Ideal House, we identified 6 main categories which offer great value to our customer, including design process, sustainable material, construction, energy and water, connectivity and safety and security. Under the category of building sustainable building material, the focus includes the element listed here, which is low VOC paint, low adhesive finishes, certified sustainable timber, drywalls, tiles, formwork for foundations, and a lot more. As can be seen from this slide, we have a very broad, multi-focus approach to developing our new green sustainable developments, which include upscaling the use of sustainability features and materials. For instance, in planning, there is a focus on walkable and safe pedestrian path, centralized waste management system, and parking or charging stations where sometimes in the future electric vehicle can be catered for. We have to set the stage for these electric vehicles to come to be available in Malaysia. All these elements and focus areas will inform our next step. Perform our next step in sustainable green development. The latest aspect innovation process improvement that I'll touch on briefly is our effort through development of standard plan for terrace houses and apartments. On the screen, you can see how we are standardizing optimized layout for these categories of products. The outcome is and will continue to be enhancement in speed to market. You get the product earlier, meeting higher customer expectation with the highest quality. Moving forward, I wish to draw your attention on this slide to the last two columns. Next slide, please. The first three columns summarize what we have done and what we are doing in terms of product and process innovation. The last column plots our path ahead where the products and process development objective focus on placemaking, community health and well-being, and low building operations and maintenance outcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this more technical level of presentation has been of interest to you and of relevance to all of you. Time permitting, I would like to quickly take you through how we execute all these above initiatives into our new township and what the future of sustainable green township development will encompass. These are basically the case studies that we're going to show you for the next two development. One is Elmina East and the other one is our KL East. In the city of Elmina, sets a new benchmark for township in Malaysia. The 5,000-acre development of contiguous townships with gross development value of 29 billion is a torchbearer for how more sustainable township development will be created in the future, having already been started a few years ago. Before we move into the little details, it's necessary to highlight the heritage value that this township will be leveraging on and how the area history and natural heritage informs of this development. The name Elmina itself comes from the legacy of the Elmina Estates, which was originally owned by Guthrie & Co. Limited. The logo of Elmina comes from the palm oil fruit and represents its splits into two equal halves of interlock at the center. The city of Elmina is within this Selangor Vision City. It has close proximity and connectivity to KL and the Greater Klang Valley being the next main growth area. Moving forward, people will look at townships and asking a question of how far is my house to the city center. People don't talk in terms of kilometers, people don't talk about miles and so on and so forth. People talk about how many minutes does it take for me to reach Kuala Lumpur. And in township that we are developing, the transportation hub is very critical, and as a result of the transportation hub, we are talking about Elmina City will take us about 20 minutes to Kuala Lumpur. Ara Damansara, the next our launch in Ara Damansara will take you 15 minutes to Kuala Lumpur. So that's the kind of language we're talking about now, not distances, but time taken to reach. Within Selangor Vision Valley, we have 4 key development clusters. These are the Lagong, Kota Elmina, the city of Elmina, which is the focus here, and also Bukit Jelutong. Bukit Jelutong is very much a mature development. We have already more or less finished with all the residential development there. There may be some parcels of land that we need to continue, but it has been a success. A huge success for Sime property now, but in the past it has been really driven by Guthrie properties. The total land bank owned by Sime property within the Selangor Vision City is 10,558 acres. We expected population of about 285,000. Focusing in on the city of Elmina, the expected population will be about 150,000 people within the 4 core parts, and the city of Elmina is shown on the table on the screen in front of you. The total land area is 5,000 acres, meaning that this is a significantly large township developments that we have. Moving forward, City of Elmina is a theme township conceived on the themes of wellness and livability. To deliver these themes, we are focusing on a number of core elements shown here. The last point to highlight here is a clear alignment between the themes and our sustainability pillars. So there's a correlation between the themes and our sustainability pillars. Under the pillars, I've chosen to highlight just 4 of the many focus areas of the township sustainability planning and position. That is the commercial activities, the Elmina Wellness Cluster, integration with the forest reserve adjacent to Elmina, and the provision of cycling and jogging track. And the cycling and jogging track is about 45 kilometers across the full township of Elmina and our Guthrie corridor. Elmina City Centre is straddled both sides of the Guthrie corridor expressway from Elmina West to Elmina East, forming a prime integrated development. The 300 acres commercial hub will be a regional growth catalyst along the Guthrie corridor expressway, creating employment and economic opportunities for residents as well as nearby population. The Elmina Wellness Cluster will provide different wellness facilities from complementary, curative, preventive and hospitality to encourage the resident to adopt a much more balanced, healthy and holistic lifestyle. The city of Elmina draws inspiration from the legacy of the Elmina Estates or Ladang Elmina. The architectural heritage forms an important link between the past, the present and the future. Okay, moving on. Some of the detailed features here include the fair face bricks. You have to move on. Okay, the city of Elmina is inspired from the legacy of Elmina Estates of Ladang Elmina. Architectural heritage forms an important link between the past, present and future. Some of the detailed features here includes the fairface brick, deep overhangs, vent blocks, louvers, planters box and rear of the house, which became the inspiration for design of key product. So here we see some examples of architectural heritage being incorporated in our product range. Okay. The parkland will be the foundation for other amenities and facilities. In the township, including a dedicated and demarcated Elmina circuit comprising a 90-kilometer combined jogging and cycling track, to be one of the longest cycling and jogging tracks in the country. It consists of 45-kilometer neighborhood track, acting as intra-community track connecting residents to local centers and facilities, and another 45-kilometer city-wide track, becoming the inter-community track connecting the whole city of Elmina. The design of City of Elmina seamlessly integrates the 22,700 acres forest reserve into the master plan layout by extending the natural boundary of the forest and the local neighborhood parks and the 300 acres Elmina Central Park. This park spans the entire project from east to west and providing an unparalleled green haven for residents to embrace the outdoors and closer to nature. Except that at this juncture, that may not be a good advice due to the haze condition, but when we designed this, we were designing it based on blue skies. So the existing waterway, again, this is another important feature of the development, is in the central park are being maintained and are being further enhanced to ensure that the overall ecosystem and that the water management is integrated into the landscaping. These include a flood warning system, rain garden, landscape ponds, and a lot more. Okay, the key takeaways here include maintaining our policy of ensuring that when a palm oil tree is removed, it is replaced with another tree. In this development, the trees will be native species and there will be at least 210,000 of these planted within the area of 300 acres. What this represents is the potential creation of an urban rainforest. In essence, it helps in restoring the biodiversity. Okay, the next slide is basically on KL East. This is in Taman Melawati. As you pass through MR2 towards Gombak, you cannot miss it. It's on your, if you're going towards Gombak, it's on your right. And then this is a huge development by Sime Darby, totally changing the landscape of Taman Melawati. I'm very proud to present to all of you our plan for KL East, our latest development within the established Melawati area. We aspire to replicate the success of the Taman Melawati Township through this 153 acres development, which will offer 2,000 residential units, a retail mall, Soho, as well as hotel, and a forest reserve and associated facilities. Located within 16 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur city centre and 800 meters from the Gombak LRT station, this is again a transport-oriented development to a certain extent TOD. KL East is said to be an upmarket residential area celebrating modern iconic place-making design, welded into the very best in facilities, connectivity, and the environment. The place-making strategy for KL East focuses on core elements including nature, a Kuala Lumpur address, the quartz-rich connectivity, and city living. Key features will include the KL East Rainforest Appreciation Park, where residents and visitors can enjoy 3 canopy adventures, mountain trekking, guided educational tours, rainforest application clinics, and more. In effect, this park will be living laboratory for forest regeneration and has already had a flora and fauna inventory done by the local university. The built environment will feature an abundance of urban parks and greenery, adherence to the green building syntax, home with green features, comfortable urban walkways, cyclist-friendly tracks, and high connectivity within the development. Moving on, these slides provides a little more detail. Key takeaways include access and integration with nature along the green technology and safety in public areas. KL East also includes an international school, a football academy run by the Kuala Lumpur Football Association KLFA, and a retail mall. A provision of social space within modern architectural features where the space becomes a place for the community. These are all livability features which will differentiate KL East from other developments and raise the bar in sophisticated high-rise living. It will balance the best in contemporary urban experiences with a celebration of Malaysia's natural environment. In terms of key milestones, and as I mentioned above, the planning and development process for KL East has resulted in a close academic collaboration with a local university, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM. Another point worth mentioning is that KL East Park is also now part of KL City Tourism Master Plan prepared by the City Council. These slides reinforce planning for some books. I've been given a notice that I have only 5 minutes more, and I think I will not use that 5 minutes anyway. These slides reinforce the planning for some of the various elements and features of the reinforced park. which is the KL East Park. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I hope my presentation has given you a better perspective and understanding of our mission and initiative towards developing sustainable communities and futures. I would like to thank you and the organizers and everyone here today for this opportunity to present our approach to you all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.